Guys, the Seattle Mariners.
Working to
Working to
confirm.
confirm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jinx, you owe me a World Series ticket. Anyway, welcome back. Mariner Mondays. Actually, on a Monday. Isn't that wonderful? My sense of time is lost. Can you believe that the Seattle Mariners are playing games midway into the month of October? I think people don't know how to react because this is not a normal thing. Um, yeah, man. We previewed the ALDS. Um, you know, I think I was at the workout day when we did that, right? I was over
Yeah.
there. Um, and in that amount of time, the Mariners have played 15 innings. Humpy has won a race. I will say that again. Humpy has won a race.
We
Jake,
gotta talk about that later. That's so crazy to me.
Humpy has won a race. And your Seattle Mariners are 2 wins away from getting to this big magical thing that they've never done before that I shall not name.
I mean, they're
Um,
officially tonight in a position they've never been in before.
yes. So, it is pretty remarkable what's going on here, folks. I don't think any of us could have expected this. I will just say, and I do understand that, the Blue Jays have had a great season. I'm not at all saying I expected the Mariners to do this because I don't think anybody in their right state of mind expected this. But there is one writer that annoys me vastly who I overheard a few days ago say, the Mariners are going to get overplayed. They're going to get overpowered. They have no chance. I just think it's funny. And I wonder what is going through that head right now. Anyway, we have to look at the Diaz first. There's another series to look at. Did you know that? Wow.
You can play
Um,
more than one playoff series in a season?
I didn't know this was possible, Jake. Um, yeah, no, the Mariners it didn't start out well. They won the DS in 5 games, of course. You've seen Jorge Polanco in his historics. Jake has already started laying the brickwork for his statue in front of T-Mobile Park. Brittany's taking her shift tomorrow to start adding to it.
It's our
I will
penance
be
for not believing in him.
That's
the
fair.
greatest hitter
That's
of
fair.
all
Of
time.
all time. I'm floored.
Anyway, game one was ugly. Troy Melton, who later came back in that 15th inning game and carved them up again, did pretty well through four. This game was just Julio Rodriguez and Cal Raleigh, right? Those two guys provided your offense. Everybody else decided to take a nap, which I really did not like. That was horrible. The energy was insane. All 3 games they played at home was ridiculous. Game five was obviously the loudest. I think a lot of us who have been there have ever heard that building. Game one was ugly. Game one was ugly. They lose that one in 11 innings. Um, Harry Carpenter is the boogeyman. Uh, and then what? McKinstry had the RBI knock in the 11th to win that game off Carlos Vargas. So not great for game one. Game two, a lot better. I don't know about a lot, but better. The Mariners win this one. They hold on. Don't know what it was with the 3-2 final scores. We all joked about that before the game. The game, the show started here. Um, that was weird. Yeah, I don't know what it was. But again, Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez showing up in the 8th inning. Cal doubling, and then Julio doubling right after him. Jorge Polanco also doubled. I mean, no, singled, sorry, but it wouldn't end up mattering. This was the two Jorge Polanco homers off of Tarek Skubal, who I hear is pretty
Who?
good. Skubal, Tarek.
Tarek Hubel?
Whoa.
Froderick Hubel?
Whoa. Or, all I know is horsepower.
I
Um,
mean, I wonder when the last time there's been one team that's gone 4-0 against the presumptive Cy Young.
I don't think it's ever happened.
I don't
Like,
think so either. I think there was some stat about like going 3-0,
Hmm.
yes, yeah, let
but
alone four.
definitely not 4-0. But wild.
Well, I think he
So,
was only tagged for 2 or 3 losses, right? Because
Hmm.
the last, like game
yeah.
five, obviously he's not tagged for the loss.
Yeah.
um, yeah, no. Game two was, I would say, the polo game, but get to it. Game
There can be
three,
multiple polo games.
this
Yeah.
is true. Polo game number one. Uh, Game three was ridiculous. I mean, even being at the watch party at T-Mobile Park, it was a limited number because what this was like a Tuesday.
Yeah,
Um,
it was scheduled for one, and then rain
there was the
delayed.
3 hour rain delay in Detroit because build a roof, you fucking
Hmm.
cowards.
It was very nice of
Um,
Detroit to donate 3 runs to us in the first inning, by the way, to make up for the 3 hour delay.
Here you go.
A run
Um,
per hour.
Yeah,
That
I think that's a rule
feels
MLB
fair.
should implement for next
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, it
Build a
feels
roof or
fair.
surrender runs. Like if you can't host a game, that's your problem.
Yep.
yeah, Mariners pull out the 8-4 victory. It was going to be what an 8-1, but
Hmm.
then things kind of got ugly. Caleb
Yep.
Ferguson decided to take a nap in the ninth inning, and they had to burn a little an inning of Andres Munoz, which I didn't like to do. Um, Game four, yuck, gross, stinky bad. Um, Fifth and sixth innings for Detroit, 7 runs between those two. Just really not great. Bryce was pretty. I mean, 2 runs. I, I don't know. I don't feel too bad about Bryce. Just unfortunate. The two of the relievers who have been so big for you throughout the course of the season, Gabe Spire and Edward Bizardo, have those rough up innings, right?
Hmm.
Didn't think we'd see Luke Jackson pitch in the playoffs, but here we are. And then game five.
I mean, that's a
In the-
franchise-defining ball game, Game 5.
Yeah.
A full scorebook. Um, how many pitchers? Three, six, seven.
All of them.
My mind will forever be altered typing out Luis Castillo and 15th inning. Like
Both, yeah.
loudest I've heard that building ever. I I've been talking too much. I want to
What
hear
gets me
your
about that game is that both teams used their starters from the first 3 games in relief,
Mhm.
or at least in the start, because Kirby and Tarek started. Um, Luis and Milton both relieved, and Gilbert and Flaherty also relieved.
Yep.
So everybody emptied the tank, which I mean you got to, right? Worry about Sunday on
Mhm.
Sunday.
One
Um,
of the best stories was about the starters coming up to Dan Wilson's office to say, "I'm ready to pitch in that game."
mhm.
Like, yeah. I was gonna say I've been talking too much. I want to hear your guys' perspectives from watching this game. The lunacy of it all, getting to the 15th inning. Because undoubtedly 2022 comes to mind with 18. But
Mhm.
yeah. Um,
What else comes
Brittany,
to mind?
well, um, you then Jake, just you can if you have other thoughts on the series, because I know I went through the other games, feel free. But also, obviously, game five is the, you know, wild exclamation point on this series.
I legitimately thought they were gonna do like 21 innings. I believed that in my bones. Like 14th inning, I was like locking in. I was like, maybe I should go get a puzzle. Like we're gonna be here a while. Like
Put the
I'm getting
kettle
ready
on.
for a second dinner, and they pulled it out. I like what can you say? The pitching staff incredible. Just I, there really isn't like the guts from so many of those guys, just gutsy performance after gutsy performance. um of course it was going to be Jorge Polanco to do it. I just, man, those he has such a low heart rate all the time. Like when I've never screamed so loud probably in a very, very long time. I won't say in my life, but in a very long time as I did. And that entire stadium is going crazy when he hits that. And the dugout's losing their mind. Everyone is losing their mind except for pretty much Polanco, who's just steady Eddie, just, does a little fist pump. And it's
Hmm.
like, dude, you just hit the most epic RBI single walk off in recent history.
30 years.
If not, that's gonna like that'll go down in franchise
Hmm.
history. And but that's just how he is. He has been so steady. He doesn't get too high, he doesn't get too low. He had a really tough, what was it, month of like May and June, where it was starting to look like, oh boy, like, are we back to 24 polo again? And his demeanor and his attitude is the same during those stretches as it is right now when he is the most clutch player in baseball. So I can't say enough about that. I can't say enough about whoever's genius idea it was to pull the Humpy card. That absolutely blew my mind because and I'm convinced that their plan was to have Humpy win when they finally won the World Series or maybe even got to the World Series. Like
Hmm.
I think that was always the plan. And someone somewhere said this crowd needs some life in them. We got to do it. Press the red button and let's have a second salmon race. And not only did they finally have Humpy win a race, it freaking worked.
Hmm.
It,
It was that
it,
inning.
it worked. It
Yeah.
was that inning. So, anyway, just, I can't. That's like a game that your dreams are made from. Like, there will be a movie, I'm sure, at some point.
Humpy, a
Um,
Mariners story.
Gotta be. It's, yeah,
I mean, we're going to be watching that hit for the rest of our lives.
for sure.
Like every
Undoubtedly.
Mariners highlights reel, it's going to go the double, Ichiro's 253rd, uh, the Polanco single,
Yeah.
in that order.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
It's, I mean, it's a franchise defining game, and it's one that, like you said, it's smacked of 22 for such a long time, but it's a different position because 22 was we have to win this to stay alive. Um, this year it was if we win this, we move on. We
Yeah.
we can afford to empty the tank because I think one of the reasons the Astros won 22 is they put a starter in like the 13th, someone that they could just ride for a long time, um, for the rest of the game. That as long as it would take, right? And we couldn't afford to do that because we needed our best arms for games 4 and 5 if we got there. But this was game 5. This was win or go home for everybody.
Mhm.
It was crazy. And like you said, to Polanco, I mean, to him, it was a single past the second baseman, which he's done 1,000 times in his career. And it was just what it was. And it was a full, I mean, that's what you dream about. Full count, bases loaded,
Yeah.
extra innings, 2 outs. No, it was 1 out, 1 out.
One out, yeah.
I couldn't bring myself to dream of a base hit. I um I actually, so after the 14th inning, I was like, I need to do something. I have lost my mind. I've gone totally delirious. I hopped in the shower.
You know,
I
I
was
do this
like,
all the time. I'm
uh-huh.
glad I'm not the only one.
I was like,
It's
I have loss on me. I need to wash off the loss.
genius.
So I hopped in the shower at the top of the 15th. Luis Castillo, in his second inning of relief, sets the side down in order. I've got the radio call. I've got Rick Riz going in the shower on my Bluetooth speaker. And I'm like, you know what? I'm staying in here. I was clean right after the top of the half, and I was like, I guess I'm staying in here. Uh, Go to commercials, come back. Rick Riz says Humpy just won the salmon run. And I was like, they're going to do it.
They're gonna do it.
JP walks. Randy's hit by a pitch. Runners on first and second again. I'm like, and then Cal hits a fly ball, something he does a million times. Moves the runner up to from second to third. That's great. The throw getting away
yeah.
from the infielders, which moved Randy up to second, um, was just a stroke of brilliance because one, you're thinking Julio has a chance here to be a hero or to hit the third consecutive double play to end the inning. Um, and I love Julio, but good God, and I trust him to be the hero, but good God, I could not stand the Twitter if he hit into that double play.
Yeah.
On the one hand, I'm glad they walked him, but the sheer I mean, credit to Hinch, the sheer courage it takes to load the bases with less than 2 outs.
Yeah.
I mean, you want the double play, but a walk loses the game, and of course, it goes to a full count. And was it who was it? Flaherty by that point?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
Canely.
so.
Canely.
Canely was in.
That's right. No
Bruce
sharp
Yeah,
Canely.
changeups was in.
yeah. And
Yes.
of course, that next pitch he throws is the ball, but Polanco swings at it anyway and hits it through.
Which I love,
Just
by the
oh
way.
yeah.
Like, that's so much more electric than a walk-off walk.
It reminds
Oh
me
yeah.
of Haniger's single on a changeup down and away in 21
Hmm.
in game
Oh.
161.
Yep.
So I'm sitting there in the shower losing my mind. And I just can't believe it, man. I collapsed like straight up. Um, just an incredible moment. Altogether, one that I'm still not sure we've recovered from, personally as a fan base. But you know who has recovered from is the team.
Oh my God.
They hopped on their flight to Toronto, their delayed flight to Toronto.
Mhm.
Toronto, you're getting the second tee. I'm sorry, guys. You lost 2 games. And they took care of business. They took care of business, didn't they, Charles?
We'll get there.
Oh, okay. We got more
Um,
to say.
but I just
That was a
Segue.
great
Oh,
segue.
there's
yeah.
so much I know, but I have things to say. Too many of
Oh,
them.
yeah, I guess.
This fucking guy. Just yeah. As these two talked about, the 14th inning stretch was where I think I started to lose any sanity. It was funny because I was talking to Taryn and Brady Farkas with Roundtable Sports, and then Kate with Lookout Landing. I guess all of us laughed or let out some sort of like comedic relief noise when the 14th inning happened. I didn't realize I in my memory it was just me letting out a like insane person laugh because I was like, this is crazy that we are
Mhm.
doing this right now. And then yeah, as I remarked to Jake and Brittany here before we started, recorded the video of the walkout because yeah, full count. I'm like something has to happen here. Either
Right.
we're going to the 16th somehow. I thought because we've Mariners fans have seen everything negative, any conceivable way to be tortured, prodded, and let down has happened with this franchise.
The Seattle
Um,
Mariners have lost a game on a walk-off strikeout.
oh my God. So yeah. So I was
We
ready for
know
the
how to
worst.
lose. Yeah.
They know how to lose. And so he does that. I record the video, like, and then it's funny too. You hear the fireworks person just said, "Fuck it, hit the fireworks, hit them all, just boom, boom, boom,
All
boom."
of them. Every
And I
single one.
was
You would have thought they scored 10 runs.
Uh-huh.
so literally the laugh that Jake let off would like magnify that, and I just did that for a solid minute. I could not believe what was happening. But I went to go and grab the camera that this is being recorded on because I'm like, all right, this means more champagne. Like we've got to go.
Yeah.
Uh, and just I think if someone asked me, I was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "You just watched what happened." No, like none of us are
Or
okay.
any of us at that point.
God, how
So
long had you been at the ballpark at that point? Is that hour 11?
I was standing outside the media entrance, like Ashton Jeanty does his little Michael Myers stand at 10:30 a.m. because the doors open at 11, and I had too much nervous energy to sit in the coffee shop. I left the ballpark at 2:30 in the morning. Because you have your
That's
shit to
nuts.
write, you have stuff to get off, and there's just shock. I think I walked around the ballpark just to look at the ALCS bound sign again. Because again, this is never
Mm-hmm.
the last time they did this, I was several months old. So yeah, again, as Jake had set up the segue perfectly, and then I kicked him off the segue.
It's happened before. I actually fell off my
Everybody,
scooter the other day. Look at that.
ouch.
This is what okay, after the game 4 loss, I went to the bar for karaoke like I always do on Wednesdays and was
Yeah.
so sad I left early, rode my scooter alone and crashed it and busted
Oh,
up my hand.
dude.
That's how bad the
This
game
was the
4 loss affected me.
horrible,
Jeez.
terrible day.
Yeah. But we're
Real
back,
glad that wasn't an
baby.
omen for anything.
Right? Just a few days later we're back.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, uh Bryce Miller starting game one, and you're like, okay, Bright and the season that Bryce has been through, right? We've talked about it on this show, off the cameras, just because Bryce is such a happy-go-lucky guy, and then you see him down and see him visibly and audibly like I wouldn't want to say depressed, but not quite
Dejected.
dejected. Thank you. I do words, and it's like this isn't good. And knowing that he's still gonna need surgery, um, like this is something that's been pushed off. For him to come out and do that when it was presumed that he would give you maybe four, and that this was going to be a bullpen game, essentially what game two today became, in a way, mind blowing. And there's just the repetitive theme of everybody chipping in. I know he hasn't been great, and it is his birthday, but Carlos Vargas today gave you 2 innings of work
He was awesome today.
after
Yeah.
early in the season, if you'll remember, ate a ton of innings. Things have been kind of weird since then. But yeah, he shows up. You go down on that first pitch to Springer. I said, oh, fuck. Especially after the. Okay, hold on. How do you guys say it? Because I always thought it was Luke's, but Joe Davis was calling him Lucas today.
I mean, we can look up his MLB player page, can't we?
You could do that. But
I was confused as well because I heard Lucas as well today. So
yeah, I was like, I heard the TV a lot more today than I did yesterday, so I don't know.
Pronounced, yeah. Nathan Donald Lucas pronounced Lucas.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, I
Attended
guess it is
Center High
Lucas.
School in Antelope, California.
Antelope. You're making
Uh,
things up.
yeah, that's not a real place.
So
Uh,
first off, game one, right? Yeah, Bryce Miller. I think, and call me John Schneider. I think he executes his pitch on Springer. Pitch one,
Mm.
It
97,
wasn't
John
that pitch.
Schneider.
outer black.
Yeah.
And Springer, because and this might be controversial. George Springer is a good baseball player,
Yeah, I know.
and he can hit it where it's pitched.
Yeah, I know.
And he hit a great pitch, but I think you throw that pitch 500 times, that's the only time it's going out of the park.
Yeah.
It's maybe a hit 40 times.
Yeah.
It's a great pitch, and Springer just gets to it, and that's what that's what a strike is. A strike is a fair pitch to hit, and Springer put a fair swing on it.
Yeah.
Um,
Solo
but
home run
credit
should
to
also not
Bryce
kill you.
Miller.
Yeah. I mean, he walks Lucas, he walks Barger, and I'm like, shit, here we go. Because he had the bad start against Toronto here at home.
Mhm.
And obviously that series was amidst a bad stretch for them. They have turned things around. They're a very different team. But I just thought, oh fuck. And I didn't feel too bad in that first inning because Cal singled, Julio singled. They had some traffic, and then it went nap time until Cal again decided to do something in the sixth with the solo shot. He continues to torment Toronto. As Brittany tweeted, I'm surprised. I think you tweeted that they let him into Canada.
A little bit.
And then executing your pitches thing, which is amazing that people don't get that. I'm like, we are new here. Old man yells at
We
cloud.
have bandwagon fans, folks.
We have bandwagon fans.
What a world we're living in right
It's
now.
crazy. I don't even know what to make of it.
It used to be a humiliation kink to be a Seattle Mariners fan, and now, hey,
Every American League got the cuck chair.
yeah, no, the Mariners were in the cup chair in the AL West for years, it seemed. Yeah, game one, you do that. You use your I would say main three high leverage arms, right?
Yeah.
Inspire, Brash, Munoz, they handle business. I don't want to hear shit about Andres Munoz, by the way.
Is someone
I don't know,
saying something?
Yeah, just people are like, oh, here we go again. And I realize he has it every once in a while, but to expect your closer to come out there every single night and be nails is a little ridiculous. Especially
Hold on. 6.1 innings pitched with 5 strikeouts, 2 saves, and a goose egg ERA in the postseason.
knock on wood.
That's my guy. He'll walk a couple guys.
He
But
will.
who
And it'll drive
happens?
me crazy. But
But yeah,
Yeah.
I just that and the hemming
It's
and
been awesome.
hawing about Bizzardo in the 15-inning game. I said, you put some fucking respect on Edward Bizzardo's name.
he's looked good.
That's also my guy. We have a lot of guys.
A lot of
right now.
guys. We have a lot of statues to
We
build.
we don't just have dudes. We have guys.
We got guys.
Guys. And maybe I'm a dickhead. I know I'm a dickhead, but for a separate reason. But like being at the watch parties the last 2 days and people being like, "Oh, Bizzardo's not very good." I'm like, "What are we talking about here? Put some respect on Edward Bizzardo's name, God damn it."
We don't have as many ball knowers as we're supposed to.
Well, I think again it's this like bandwagon fan stuff. They're like, "Who's this Polanco guy?" I'm like, "No, stop. What are they saying?"
There was, I guess it was a New York media guy, New York baseball guy, who tweeted a video of him having a breakdown about the Blue Jays falling in Game 1. He was like, some pitcher I've never heard of goes out and goes 3 scoreless against the Blue Jays. It's like, if you haven't heard of Bryce Miller in Big 25...
That's your
And he was in the top 10 of best starters last year.
Yeah.
Yes.
A 31 starts and a sub-3 ERA. ERA starts
Just say you don't watch baseball outside of Yankees baseball at that point.
Jake, do you forgive him for being an Aggie?
This is really hard for me to say, folks. Where's my Longhorn stuffy? Is that my bedroom? Yeah. I don't you okay? Yeah, there you go. This is A&M Corpus Christi.
Oh, sorry. Ooh.
This is A&M. This is the Gilgum. This is Horns Up. This is what it's all about. I went to University of Texas in Austin. Texas A&M is not our biggest rival, but we are theirs. Certainly a very historic rivalry. So this is hard for me to say. I officially forgive Bryce Miller for attending Texas A&M University and pitching his heart out against my Longhorns whenever they matched up. Bryce Miller, mwah.
I'm gonna clip this and show it to him on Wednesday.
So, oh no.
Usually the only dialogue between Bryce and I is that I see him, I say bueno, and he says bueno back. It's usually the most. Ever since I heard him.
Ask him if he had any good taquitos recently. Because I don't know where you get good taquitos.
Can we give an assist to Cal Raleigh on Bryce's performance?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, 100%.
That was
again, to do all that. Just less than 48 hours after the 15-inning game that he caught each inning of. Yep. I know it doesn't need to be said on this podcast of all podcasts, but to do that, the 15-inning game, to catch every single inning.
Yep.
Then to come back, as you mentioned, Jake, with the delayed flight, as has been mentioned, to homer in that game, to tie the ball game, and to navigate this when your guys aren't fully go. You have played this postseason without your best pitcher.
Yep.
And you hypothetically could wait until hypothetically, of course, the big thing that I'm not speaking of.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There is a real possibility.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But to have the state of mind when Bryce in that first inning gives up a leadoff homer on the very first pitch, walks a couple dudes to be like, okay, we're gonna have a mound visit. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna get into it right now. We're gonna unpack this
in front of God and everybody,
in front of all these Canadians, and figure it the F out. And then he just cruises, man.
7 pitches, 8 pitches, 8 pitches, 10 pitches,
just locked in.
Yeah, so good.
Cal Raleigh's leadership is incredible. And it reminded me of, I think it was 22, when he went out to Matt Brash in the middle of that Astros game.
Yeah.
What's the problem? Why are you shaking me off? You're the only guy that shakes me off.
Shake me.
Yeah.
You're going to pitch what I fucking tell you to pitch. You got it. Let's fucking go. And he has never looked back. And
no.
I think that's the moment, officially, in front of, fans and viewers, that's the moment Cal Raleigh became the leader of this team. It wasn't the walk-off clincher. It was a random June loss.
Yeah.
In Minute Maid Park.
Right?
In Houston.
What makes that funny?
His leadership is just incredible. What makes that funny?
Is Logan yesterday talking about how sometimes the mound visit consists of Cal just coming to stare at him.
Mm-hmm. He puts his glove in front of his mouth and just stares. You gonna throw a fucking strike?
Right.
And it works,
Yeah.
Yeah. You need your guy to calm
all
down.
that needs to be said, man, is just.
Yeah.
Kyle's a pitcher.
I think it was Rash or maybe Dan, but talking about I listened to something this morning talking about how like the intuition as has been mentioned with talking to Bryce, just the different knowing when to use these mound visits, knowing when to time them, not just going out there after a guy gives up one homer.
Hmm.
I don't know. It all I was bringing up in mentioning that. I know the postseason doesn't factor into the MVP thing.
I know. I know.
But
They've
that's what
already
my MVP
voted.
does, you know?
It sucks. They've already voted, and
Yeah.
I really do think Judge will win it. Um, and that's not a bad choice. It's not a bad choice because he's an incredible, awesome hitter.
That's what the
Period.
batting
Hitter.
title's for. That's what the
Hitter.
Silver Slugger's for.
I
You can
completely
have the
agree.
Hank Aaron Award and you can fuck off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
That's where I
that
am.
the value cannot, and we've said it a million times, the value on what Cal does behind the plate and in scouting reports and the first one there every single day and the last one to leave, like you can't find that on Fangraphs, and
Hmm.
that's okay. He's our MVP, and we know that, and he's all ours for the foreseeable future. And how freaking awesome is that?
It's so good.
I was thinking about this today as I was walking to the watch party at Headback. Well, listening to I found George Kirby's dubstep song that he walked out to, and he is a psychopath. But
Yeah.
maybe I'm also turning psychotic because I kind of like it.
I do
Um,
too, dude. I do too. Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Bunch of crazies on this podcast. I'm
but
wearing a
think about
Toro
it
jersey.
from
We're all crazy
from
here.
the part of the reason I kind of found Brittany with the Cal was right sign after those comments to
Yeah.
they haven't really spent a free agency, but you know, the extension, his dedication to Seattle, the wow,
Just had it ready to go. What do
that's
you
a
know?
relic in history.
Yeah, right?
Um,
I mean, send that to Cooperstown.
when he gets enshrined, Brittany will be
Yeah.
my God.
Yep.
Um, the extension that is largely team friendly, just the continued dedication. We've all seen the stories of him being here in the off season. The Sonics bat, him, uh, him being all these different things we've seen him at, and for them to buy in this little bird.
It's my bird clock.
It's his
Sorry.
clock. I love his bird
Oh, I
clock.
was like, what are birds doing at 7:58 p.m. on a Monday? Um,
It's 2 minutes
yeah,
past, I guess.
it just like there should be no doubt that he is a club legend. There should be no
Hmm.
doubt in respect to the manager that he's your best catcher of all time.
Hmm.
And it might, I don't know if it's wild to say that he's on your not Rushmore.
We have seen the last Mariner to wear 29.
Yep.
We should,
Agreed.
yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Like it would be blasphemy. Yeah. So, um, and this continues in game two.
My oh my.
Um,
So yeah, Cal Raleigh, pitcher whisperer. You know who's not a pitcher whisperer? Is John Schneider of baseball. I don't
yes,
know. I don't know
I
about
know.
football.
It's a
Schneider.
shame that he shares the name with
Yeah.
the Seahawks general manager. Well, with
Anyway,
president of football
baseball
operations.
Schneid.
Yeah,
Um,
baseball
he
Schneider.
sucks at his job. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say
Wow.
it. Um,
Why did he
he
pull like
Gosman?
Gossman in that first game?
I have things to say about
I'd love
this
to hear
because
that.
I was reading transcripts from his post game presser from game one. So
Mhm.
Cal Raleigh he hit a game tying nuke, by the way. We haven't said that out loud. He hit a game tying nuke in game one in the top of the sixth inning, off of Kevin Gossman. And John Schneider famously once said that Cal Raleigh is not too hard to pitch to if you can execute your pitches, which is like saying if my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a bike. Um, but Schneider, he was asked after game one, did you think about intentionally walking Cal Raleigh? And he said, do 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 do,
I always
post.
think about it.
Yes, I always think about it. A great hitter like that, yada yada yada. But what really got to me, and what really made me think he was being particularly pathetic as a leader, was if Kev executes, I think he gets him out like he did the at bat before. Z throws Gossman under the bus for what was a good pitch that just caught a tiny too much of the plate. But it was going to, a slightly outside splitter right on the black. That's a great pitch. Cal swung over that a bunch of times, but he got it and tied the game up. And I think it is cowardly for Schneider to throw his pitcher under the bus, which is not the first time that he did that in that interview, nor is that the first time that he's done that in this series, as after game 2, he did the same thing against Trey Yesevich, who admittedly had a worse game and had a very slow start, quite similar to Bryce Miller and Logan Gilbert, who also had slow starts in their games. But he's not a very good manager. He's not good at backing up his players. I mean, say what you will about Dan Wilson. Thank you, I will, and I have. The man stands by his team.
Oh,
He
that's
obviously, and we've said this before, he doesn't make all the strategy calls, especially not the bullpens or challenges or things like that. He maybe is not the best tactician in terms of baseball strategy, but he is a fantastic leader, and I think we can say that.
The former can be taught and you can get better at. The
Yes,
latter,
that's true.
not so much.
Yeah, and I think that comes from being a catcher.
Yeah.
Is that he had to be a leader on the field, and now he's a leader in the dugout. Yeah, we've had a lot of catcher manager. I mean, Cal Raleigh player manager.
Catcher pod.
There you go. I mean, we're pro catchers here.
Hell yeah, we
Oh,
are.
100%.
Reminds me of Horatio Nelson, who was not a very good tactician, but was a fantastic admiral.
I did not think I'd hear Horatio Nelson's voice.
Wow.
I mean, voice?
Yeah, name?
Reference.
Yeah. I mean, he's got his statue on a pillar, and, maybe Dan Wilson will too. Nelson famously once said, "Dan, the maneuvers just go straight at them." And I think that's Dan Wilson's strategy as well, and it's working. And it's not John Schneider's, who is the quintessential Kevin Cash. We need to pull this guy. His ex-WOBA has dropped 4%.
Well, and you remember after he did say that stupid thing about Cal in 2023, media asked Cal, like, what do you think about him saying that? And Cal said something to the effect of, I know a lot of guys have issues with him. A lot of guys around the league have problems with him. So I just, and he wouldn't elaborate, but I have questions about that. What does that mean? How many guys? His players? Players on other teams? Both? Why?
It's incredible. And being a manager who is known for being disliked is awful.
Yeah.
Okay. Lookout Landing's John Troopin noticed this and posted this on Blue Sky, and I'd love to share it. In the 4 playoff games, John Schneider has managed the Blue Jays against the Mariners. He has pulled his starter mid-inning each time. And then the relievers, to finish those half innings, faced 9 batters, given up 2 wild pitches, 2 home runs, 4 hits, and 8 runs in 4 games.
That's wild. That's insane. That's so crazy.
So you talk about Dan Wilson leaving guys out to die, at least he's not sending guys out to fall on their sword.
Oh my gosh.
And of course, today, what did that lead to? Charles, Brittany, I've been talking too much. What happened after John Schneider pulled Yesevich?
They
Put him a
kicked their
10
teeth
spot.
in.
Yeah, you better believe it.
This was like, I know it's a California thing, and I don't want to
Raleigh?
walk the California thing. Them too. But like this was like it felt like a version of a Kendrick diss track. Like they kicked their teeth in. They came into their house and punched them in the face.
Yeah, a little bit.
I was just looking at my scorebook and to see them use, Little, Varland, sure, Anthony, Fluharty, Hoffman, Varland, Fluharty, Fisher, Rodriguez, Bassett, Lauer,
yeah, Bassett. Didn't think I'd be seeing him.
Nope. So you're eating
3
into
guys in
that.
a row.
Eating into that, you took this phenom that everybody was like, sorry for my terminology, creaming their pants about coming into this game, and you said, "Fuck you, I don't care." Like the thing is, and you mentioned Dan Wilson and his ability to lead, and he's a bad quote. He's a great human being. Bad quote. He'll
Yeah.
get better at it.
Yeah.
But they follow this guy. He doesn't throw people under the bus.
Nope.
He doesn't throw people under the bus. He sticks with his guy. He sticks with his belief. Um, yeah, people will follow that. And Kate, you bring up folks with Lookout Landing. Kate has asked a few questions about, I think, over this postseason as the seasons regular seasons rolled along, about staying consistent. And I think Jerry Dipoto has answered about it, how he never gets too high, he never gets too low. He's always the even keel Dan that we see. And people say, "Oh, I want more emotion out of Dan Wilson." It's part of his consistency. As mentioned, that can be fixed. People were concerned about the game one challenge of Cal sliding into home. I thought that was close. I don't know if he get away with it. Certainly with the two challenges, right? You could have looked at it,
Did you
Yeah.
see
but
the
the Mariners
Fangraphs
haven't.
article today
I
about
was
it?
gonna look at that. Yeah,
They slowed it down, zoomed in. He's out by millimeters.
Huh.
And of course, if Andy Bissell doesn't say to challenge, I will
that's where
defer
I
to the
was
goat.
going for.
Yeah.
Like, they've got a great video team. Something about Seattle men's sports and great video teams. The Krakens, Brady Morgan and Tim Ohashi are great at what they do.
Kraken
Um,
apostrophe S, to be clear.
yes. God, don't. Yeah, thank you, Jake. Jesus Christ. I've heard that too many times. Um, it's remarkable. And the reason, I understand who the Blue Jays are. I understand how good they've been. But as in a similar way to what I said earlier in the season from the main account about how this team has a little bit more magic than 23 and 24 rosters did, they are relentless. And whether that is a I hate to use the coach speak here, they battle back. They fight. They
Yeah.
do. Like,
I'll
it
be
is
damned if they
part of
do.
their
Yeah.
DNA. And they
They're
got
super
better.
resilient.
Like, they did that with Donovan Solano. They did that, you know, they've done it all season long. And so I didn't think they'd do this, of course, as I've said. I had no idea that they would come and put up the Seahawks would beat Jake, who are the Toronto
The
CFL?
Argonauts.
Are the Argonauts? I didn't think the Seahawks in interleague play would beat the Argonauts. Um, but to go out there, the Blue Jays is 5.23 runs per game at home, you know, to hold them below that. They had the second most home wins in baseball and the most in the American League during the regular season, who lambasted the New York Yankees. Like, I think JP said it in his quotes today. He was asked in his walk-off by Shannon, I think it was Shannon, how they're going right now, right? Just a few days after the 15 innings. And I've been critical of JP towards the end of the regular season, right? Even during the season, I think. There are conversations still to be had in the offseason, but we don't want to think about the offseason. But he
He
talked
did
about,
give himself a dirt sombrero yesterday by grounding out to second every time.
he, again, we will have conversations.
But I do
Um,
like him.
but he said that they're playing for each other. I think I sent you guys the link to the quotes and the direct quotes. It's very helpful, by the way, if you need that. Um, just about. Oh wait, no, that doesn't have JP. I talked about the walk-off interview with Shannon. That's right. But playing for each other, this group's in it. I mean, you already had a good core and a good pitching staff that dealt with things throughout the season. You added Josh Naylor. Gino is there. He's having his struggles. I understand that. But you talk about playing for each other, these guys loving each other. Gino's still part of that. I mean,
Big time.
he ran by
Big
me
time.
after the game five celebration. Goes, I didn't put beer on you today. I'm like, I know you missed me today because they were going out to do a victory lap. Uh, he seemed very upset that he
Good. It's
forgot to
fine.
douse me.
I'm good.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
Gino.
this
Someone
is
did get you.
something
You posted one,
special,
right?
huh?
Someone did get you, though, right? You did post a video of someone getting you.
Oh, Novak. Yeah, Justin Novak,
Yeah, that's my.
fan favorite.
I love Justin Novak.
Everybody loves Justin Novak.
Tetrapod.
What's your pod?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Get Justin Novak on the show. I'm sure he'd do it. Um, yeah, I don't know. You want to talk about 3 words, team of destiny. You've got to get there first, but
Yeah.
they've got the makings of it. They have the unspoken it. Like, there's no way they should have gotten to this point in just general, you know, I don't know. It's remarkable. It has left me speechless. Um, and I've seen these men seemingly every day. So it's pretty remarkable.
God damn if they ain't having fun doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
and there's this confidence around them too. Like they lost
oh yeah,
that crappy game 4 in
Hmm.
Detroit, and all the reports were what
they
an
didn't.
upbeat clubhouse. They weren't hanging their heads. They were walking around with confidence. Like, heck yeah, we get to go home and win in front of our hometown crowd now.
And
Hell
yeah,
yeah, that rules.
yeah. And I'm
I love
so
that.
glad they did. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
now that these first 2 games have happened and we won both of them, and it didn't really cost us anything, I'm so glad they did because I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy for the fans that were there. It was so loud. The seismometer that UW put in there
Mm.
Love that.
was fantastic. Richter
Love that.
Riz,
Richter
Richter
Riz.
Riz. Yep.
just
So good.
fantastic. And I'm really glad it ended up like this.
Yeah.
Although it hasn't ended yet.
Nope.
Um,
You got places to go, Jake.
hopefully we can win, a couple more series at home.
Look at that. Let's look ahead to these next 2 games because game 5, we'll see what goes on. Brian Wu's tentatively slated for game 5. We will see if we get there.
It's
Hope
not gonna
everything
be a game 5.
and not Dave Sims. We're gonna stop being weird about Dave, by the way. Like he's back home. He's got a good gig.
He's
Like
in
I don't think he's
Cancun.
bitter. He's fine. He is in Cancun along with
He is tweeting a lot about the
Aaron
Mariners
Judge.
He
the
is.
last 48 hours.
I don't think he's bitter. I do think he's a little sad, which is fair. It's fair to be sad when your team gets
Well, for
eliminated.
sure. I just
No.
think people being like, "Hey, are you mad at them?" I'm like,
No, I don't blame him for
Let's calm
taking the
down.
job at all. I think he still would have,
Yeah.
even if he knew this was how it was going to go.
Yeah.
He's always been a New York boy. If you followed him on Twitter,
York.
you've
Oh,
always
yeah.
known that.
Yeah.
I
Every
think
time he
when
goes
I-
back, especially on Instagram, he'll post New York, I'm here,
Yeah.
baby. He'll post one of those
When
like
I-
car videos.
when I did my interview with him, he was in New York. Like, Jesus. Yeah, the next 2 days, Kirby Castillo. First with Kirby, I remember the press conference for him being the day 1 starter. I think Tim Booth asked him, was like, "Were you surprised when Dan Wilson came in?" And I think we talked about it on the last show. Like, no, I'm not surprised. I think it's a good idea. Like having that confidence is great, with George. Having a little bit of psychotic. I think every team needs a good psychopath. You've got one in the outfield in Victor, but
Mhm.
you know,
You got psychopaths on the mound, in the infield, and in the outfield. I think that's what
oh
you need.
yeah. Still think it's funny. What was it, Carpenter, who tried to run into Josh Naylor and got sent like spinning like a top?
Running into a brick wall.
And then Luis, I've said bad things about the boy, but
I have too. I
Yeah.
take it back. Brother's got
Do you
that
take it
dog in
back?
him. I
Do you
take
take
it
it
back.
back? Yeah.
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 He-
We should have traded him, mister.
I take it all back. He's got that dog in him. That's my game 4 starter. He will throw 90 pitches and throw a Maddox in game 4 to shut down the Blue Jays for good.
Are we
He's got a
concerned
history
at
of
all
killing
that he
birds.
got pushed back to game 4? Or is it just
Let
I
the old
think-
man rest.
yeah.
Let the old man rest, and considering how good he's been at home, the opportunity to
Keep
have
him at
him
home.
shut the door, like
Sure.
slam the door in their face, kill all hope sort of thing. Or, I mean, you could look at it that way. If things go awry in game 3, you have a stabilizer in game 4.
And then you can trot out the best pitcher in baseball for game 5.
Emerson Hancock?
The best pitcher still in baseball this
Got
year.
it.
I mean, that's a
He
true
pitched
fact.
tonight.
Hey,
No, sorry.
He figured it out.
He did. No,
He
Emerson
figured
pitched
it
a good
out.
couple innings. I have to write the recap for Lookout Landing still, but Emerson did great.
Him
And
and
I'm so
his-
happy that my stupid idea of put Emerson in the bullpen has now planned out in the postseason, and he went 2
He
scoreless.
just needed his first postseason outing. He'll be good now.
Yeah,
He's
I mean, he
calmed
got the
down.
yips a little bit, but
He threw
it was just
7
walks.
straight
Who cares?
balls. I said,
Yeah.
"Oh shit!" They got Mooney going up. I was like, "No,
He got
no,
it out of the
stop."
system. He'll be
Yeah,
good. He'll be fine.
that's why I think it's extremely funny that they got Moody going up because is I mean I love Emerson Hancock. He's not going to get it into a save situation.
No,
Emerson Hancock is not going to give up the grand slam to whoever was due up fourth that inning.
it was. Can you imagine? Yeah, having the Edward Bizardo Rangers outing last year, where Ryan Stanek had to
Oh
come and
my
clean things up
gosh.
Oh my
in the
gosh.
postseason.
Ryan Stanek, Mariners legend.
God, I'm
Never
so
forget
glad that's not this team anymore.
who blew up
I
for the
still
Mets
have
this year.
so many questions about the bullpen's depth. I think their horses have been amazing. I
Hmm.
really worry about the depth,
I
but
mean, we do have 4.5 relief pitchers.
yeah.
Mooney, Canada,
Hmm.
Spear,
Hmm.
Bizardo.
Hmm. Hancock for the half.
Ow, this hurts my finger.
I'm willing to round up to 5 if you count Hancock and Vargas both as half.
You're putting it. Okay, that's good. I'd count that. He just needed to lock in on his birthday, and now he's good.
Like, am I
It's like
nervous
gross
that our
stuff.
best
He was
relievers
hitting
have pitched in
hundreds.
almost every game? Yeah, I'm worried about that. Um, but they also aren't throwing that many pitches per game. Certainly not more than they would on a regular off day, to stay hot
Yeah.
in practice, right?
Yeah.
Like people were worried about Logan because he pitched in the ALDS game 5, but he threw 30 pitches. I mean, he was going to throw 30 pitches that day no matter what.
Okay,
Yeah.
but hold on.
I mean,
Throwing
games are
for
different.
30
There's a
pitches
difference.
in a bullpen is so different than throwing 30
Yes.
pitches in game
Yes.
5. Let's just be real.
That's true. That's true. But as far as like the physical wear
Absolutely.
on the atoms in your arm,
Sure.
30 pitches is 30 pitches.
Absolutely. I don't disagree.
The human brain is. I have some neuroscientist friends. I don't understand it. Yes, you in the back of the class.
You can also look at this for Toronto. Their bullpen already no bueno.
They're
And
in a
you've
bad
stomped
way.
on it in back-to-back days. I realize there's the off day between, but
I trust our pitching trainers more than I trust theirs
Amen.
because our pitching trainers are the goats.
yeah, I guess this leads me to our ender. Any last sort of thoughts for these next few games?
Holding Vladdy to 0 hits
Seems
Oh man,
unsustainable.
is a
he
big deal.
obliterated the New York Yankees, and he's 0 in
Yeah.
in the first 2
He's
games.
a
I
big
love that.
offer. So, no, you're right. They won't sustain that, but that's huge. And if you can just keep him at bay,
Mhm.
that's a big deal.
Keep
think
him in the
especially
ballpark.
Doing it in Toronto, where obviously he's very beloved there. That's a guy that you talk about momentum. He gets going there.
Oh yeah.
Have a good luck.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the
That
train's
sent
off
New
the
York to
rails.
Cancun.
Yep.
I mean, so yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, anything before we send it out of here? We'll see about availability, but if they wrap things up, we got to do another one of these.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're good.
I mean, just let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
I think that's
Remember your
an important
shifts.
thing to say.
Everybody, remember your shifts. We have Polanco statues to build.
Yep.
Mhm.
Edward Bizardo, a
Yep.
bust of Cal Raleigh's 2 cheeks.
Mhm.
Yep.
Start
We're-
making
we're-
the 29
We're
plaque.
running out of room. You will have to volunteer to put a statue on your street by the end of this.
Oh, shout out to Humpy too,
Shout
by
out
the way,
Humpy.
who
Humpy
also
There'll be a
secured the
Humpy
Kraken's
statue.
overtime win.
Oh my
It
gosh.
is. It has been the weekend of Humpy. I was so
good.
delirious. I had.
You okay?
No, because there's the 15 innings. I wake up. I show up to morning skate the next morning on time, like a good little boy.
Look at
Go to do
him.
the Sounders game. I said, there's still time to come back to the Kraken game. The first thing I fucking see when I sit down is Humpy. I was
There
like,
he is!
my
Oh,
mind.
look at him!
And so
City
now I've
legend.
seen him
He's
I
running for
saw-
mayor.
on Sunday at the watch party, and then today.
He's everywhere.
It's the fall of Humpy. Polanco-tober, fall of Humpy.
I love it.
I meant to buy
No
one
more-
of each of these plushes, but I ended up just getting Humpy, and I'm happy with that.
I think that was the right choice.
It's my
Yeah,
guy.
it was.
There's
It
no
was.
more Septelnik. It's fully Polanco-tober.
It's Polanco-tober.
Polanco-tober.
I mean,
Fall
oh
of
yeah.
Humpy.
By the way, 3-run home run today. I don't think we said that out loud. 3-run home runs by Polanco and Julio,
Who?
and a 2-run blast
Julio.
by
Naylor.
Josh
Josh Naylor. Mississauga boy, who did look a little funky earlier in the game, and then said, "I'm gonna like one arm
Yeah.
swing the bat around my head
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
power that out to right field."
His
Fouled
shoulder's
something off
bugging
his
him.
ankle and then said, "Wait, I'm goated."
He's
He
got to
needs
win
a nice
6 more
bath.
games. He's
Yeah.
got to win 6 more games, and he can get a surgery he needs and use the good arm he's got to sign an extension.
Yep.
And this is a deal I will go ahead and say out loud to announce it into the universe. If the Mariners do the thing, if they win their next 6 games in a row, I'll say that. I will let them go 0-162 for 10 years without complaining.
Kind of agree.
Like, if they do the thing,
Yes.
everybody gets surgeries, everybody's gone for a year.
Totally.
We are the Seattle Rainiers for a season.
I won't say
Hell yeah,
a word.
brother!
Yeah.
I
Rylan
won't hear
Thomas.
a word.
I will be Rylan Thomas's greatest soldier. I will let Austin Kitchen throw thousands of innings.
Cade
please.
Marlowe. I heard he's making a bounce back next year.
Yeah.
Do you remember by chance Leody Taveras?
Oh,
We
he's
still
not still
have him.
with us.
Oh man, he's gonna
Blake
cook
Hunt?
next year.
Get ready to catch
Blake?
major league innings.
Okay, you were not careful enough when you said that.
Listen,
I'm
They've
glad
won
we're
2
all
games
insane,
in
and we're all
ALCS.
willing to accept that.
100%. Not even a question.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
until we see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Be well. Jake, say the thing again.
Let's fucking go.
Do whatever you can to make today a great day.
Hey, Charles.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, how about those M's?
Oh, I'm excited.
I know. Where are you going to watch all those away games, though?
Away games. Huh. I was thinking of coming here since, after all, Rough and Tumble is the home of Circling Seattle Sports.
I love that idea. Hope to see y'all here.